Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Javier with The Real Javier Novo, a channel, a modality, and a platform where we apply the principles of philosophy, spirituality, mysticism, and business to rapid lifestyle transformation. I'm sitting here in a Barnes & Noble. I did a few coaching calls today and figured that I'd just sit down and contemplate, see what new books there were, see what old books there were, and see what ideas I could glean or contemplate. I often like to go to these places like coffee shops or bookstores because it helps me to organize my thoughts, and it helps me basically to contemplate in a free-flowing manner. And I am reading a great book by the great Tim Ferriss called Tools of Titans. It is sort of a journal, if you will, of all of the wisdom that he collected from thousands of peak performers in many different fields over years of interviews. I've indeed gleaned a lot of wisdom from it. I'm contemplating these, and of course I always look to these to incorporate into my material that I put out here, and also as a filter through which to filter my experiences and to organize them better so that I can convey them in a better manner. And one of the things that really stood out for me was I was reading about the great Jeff Bezos, and we've spoken much about him here. Through many periods of time, he's been the richest man in the world, and he's the founder of the great Amazon. And one concept which really came out to me today that I had not read before, and this is the concept that he talks about, that Jeff Bezos always considered his work days as day one. In fact, throughout the years in many of his shareholder letters, he's written that I'm approaching this as day one. And great entrepreneurs and great people of business and of sports and in all the disciplines always go to their artists as if it were day one. In fact, in Zen Buddhism, this is called beginner's mind. And it's something that we're very adamant about teaching in this channel as well. It's that every time you sit down, you're at a new vibration. Therefore, every time you approach something, whether that be a problem or a concept or your work, you need to approach it as a new person, which means you approach it with new eyes, and you don't live in the past. Of course, all of those lessons are there in the Akashic records, so to speak, and they're there for you to draw upon, but you have to approach it as if you're approaching it for the first time, fresh. And when you do this, you'll figure out that solutions come to you, that the path unfolds for you in ways that could not otherwise have come. And it goes into the video that we had just a few days ago about your starting point is being in the now. And we're cutting off the past and the future with this sort of presence, as Eckhart Tolle describes it. And you start afresh in the now, and in the now is where your power is. As Jane Roberts said, that speaking as Seth said, all of your power is in this point of now. So take those great words of Jeff Bezos, have every single day that you start to do your work be like day one. Start fresh. Don't be afraid to throw old ideas out. Don't be afraid to approach it with a totally new approach. In fact, some business coaches call this zero-based thinking. Is that you start at zero each time, especially when you're stuck. You don't have to go into sunk costs like the economists call it. You don't have to say, well, I've already invested so much in this that I have to continue it the way I've been continuing it. No, because every moment is a fresh moment. Go at each day as if it were day one. I'm just conveying to you here some wisdom from the greatest minds of all time. And we're going to be having a longer form video tonight where we're going to be talking about some of the economic issues. It's going to be exciting for those of us who approach and apply these modalities. It's going to be a lot of suffering for other people who are not awake. So don't miss that, and we'll see you very soon.